guys, it's 21 Maxwell here and welcome to episode 85 of the TNA TW series. This is our go home show before the No Surrender pay-per-view, and it's another episode that will continue to build the storylines before we reveal the confirmed match card for No Surrender this coming Sunday in-game. So most of the storylines will progress here. It's a 12 segment show, 3 pre-show matches to kind of build up a bit of momentum, get some skills developed. The usual with the pre-show, as I say, segment is to build up some overness, get some combinations with matches, see if they mesh, and just in general, as I say, progress the storylines that we do have. A bit of bad news, Austin Aries, I can confirm, is leaving to go to Dragon Gate USA, so again, because of me not being able to keep the company at a good level to start with, and all the mistakes I made early doors have come back to haunt me. We're not national and we're losing all our stars to the companies that we should be way ahead of. So we're losing a double, and he will be defending his championship against Hawkins. Will he leave as central champion, or will Hawkins have a victory here? We'll see. Anyway, tonight's episode is being filmed in the NE Bob Devaney Sports Centre in the Midwest region, which, if we can check here, if I get quickly to the Midwest and quickly scroll down to NE, we'll see where that is. I think it was Nebraska, but I just want to double check. As I say, I'm not quite up to date with everything. Yep, Lincoln, Nebraska. So we're in a place with 84 B+ importance, 93 A wrestling industry, and a 69 C+ economy. Both are fallen, so we'll have to capitalise while it's still at this level. So here we go, guys. Here's the show. I hope you enjoy it, and say after it we will reveal the card for TNA Impact Wrestling No Surrender. Enjoy the show, guys. So we start off with our first pre-show in front of 11,318 people, in a bout that had some solid in-ring action, but not much in the way of heat. The VIP list defeated Silla Tupi and Tiger Raj Singh in 7:05, when MVP defeated Silla Tupi by pinfall with malicious intent. Basically just getting the VIP list over, hoping to get some skills onto Silla Tupi and Tiger Raj Singh. Both guys have a lot of potential. They're both young, and thinking putting them in against the likes of an MVP could help them, as they're not quite ready for a push just yet. But 51 D+, no worker improvements is disappointing, but it done its job, I suppose. Next up, an extremely short match, Taryn Terrell. We're maybe going to invest in her. She's defeated Vida Scott in 5:24 with a diving crossbody. Good chemistry. Disappointing that the good chemistry only got me a 39 D-. No skill improvements. It's an average knockouts match. And the final pre-show match was in a match that had some good action, but not much in the way of heat. Drew Galloway defeated Eric Young in 5:46 by pinfall with the move, a 57 C-. The resurgence of Drew Galloway is going to be happening soon. We've got big plans for Drew. Obviously, with me being Scottish, I've got a bit of bias towards him. Stay tuned for that in the next couple of episodes, as he reveals someone who's going to help him hopefully get his career back on track in Impact Wrestling. Eric Young's improving his technical skills, and just the usual negatives there: low morale, low momentum, and holding back. On to the actual show, and we start off with some tag team matches. You know, it's an about that featured solid in-ring action but non-existent crowd heat. Crime Time defeated Amazing Red and Manic in 6:19, when Jason Paul defeated Manic by pinfall with a G9. Basically, because they've got Jason Paul as an enhancement talent, we need to build him up. So Shard will do all the damage. Jason Paul will get the pinfall, and it'll get him some chemistry and some momentum up. Shard was off his game. 49 D+ isn't amazing, but we'll take it. It's going to slowly build over time. Any skill improvements? Jason Paul's improving his Rumble skills, so completely win-win in that situation. And he'll only improve over time. It's just to get him up, because his mic skills will carry this tag team. And about the feature, great in-ring action and average heat. EC3 defeated Ricochet in 7:03 by pinfall with a headlock driver. 76 B-. Madison Rain did some good work at ringside, and they've got great chemistry, so that could be a potential feud for the future if they're this low in the card and getting a 76 B-. Very few negatives again, just a cold crowd and holding back, but fair play, boys. Delighted with that. The match is over. EC3 is celebrating. Samoa Joe comes out and attacks him, beating him down. 67C plus, obviously Joe still upset from EC3 defeating him a couple of weeks ago. Builds up their feud, and that confirms that one match we will see at No Surrender will be the rematch between Samoa Joe and Ethan Carter III. In a match that had some good action and average heat, Joey Ryan defeated Brother Devon in 6:25 by pinfall with a double underhook facebuster. A 60C, simple match here that puts Joey Ryan over, gives the Hollywood Supernova some momentum going into this tag match against Team 3D. So again, that serves its purpose, and of course I think we're probably going to have to get into Team 3D sooner rather than later, because they are getting on a bit now. In a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat, Lance Hoyt defeated David Richards at 6:18 with a boot from hell, 66C+. We had Edwards being out of the action through injury for the next 2 months. Basically, David Richards will be jobbing out and making our talents look strong. So that was the purpose here, putting over Lance Hoyt. He's improving technical skills, so that will help him. And the segment after this, the cameras remain focused on the ring, where Harry Smith and Lance Hoyt engage in a tension-filled stare down. Neither give ground. 73B-, the Killer Elite Squad, face off against each other. Are they going to come together? Obviously, because I've said it's going to be a future face turn for Harry Smith, they will. But for now, these two are going to clash at the pay-per-view before eventually joining as a tag team. But I'm happy with that. It's a good segment between them. Thank you very much, lads. An extremely short match. Chris Hero defeats Jeff Hardy in 5:26 for a death blow. 60C. Pretty average rating there. Jeff Hardy's improving performance skills, but again, it puts Chris Hero over, so we'll take that. And after the match, Chris Hero and Jacob Goodnight start fighting, and they won't stop fighting despite the attempts of security to break them up, and it's an all-out brawl until the back. So a 72B between these two. It's another match at the pay-per-view. It's just again to elevate Chris Hero to the main event, keep him there, and Jacob Goodnight to kind of just keep putting stars over. So that's decent. Happy with that. Now this is actually disappointing. I thought this would be a lot higher. Mixed tag team action, a match that had some good action and average heat. Adam Cole and Melissa defeated Bobby Lashley and Mia Yim. In 7:51 when Melissa defeated Mia Yim by pinfall with the air raid crash. Adam Cole's changed an edgy heel gimmick, which only at 52, which is disappointing, because I'd had to freshen him up a little bit. So that's a shame. I thought, him and Lashley would get a good rating, but unfortunately only a 59C, and it kind of keeps Cole away from Punk, but at the same time it keeps Yim and Melissa against each other. Melissa gets the win over Mia Yim, so is Mia Yim going to retain at the pay-per-view? It leaves it open to see what happens. And Adam Cole improves Rumble skills. So from a storyline perspective, it all goes perfectly, just the ratings aren't quite there. And about the feature, great action and average heat, Hawkins defeats Austin Aries in 10:52 by pinfall with a taste of pain. Hawkins wins the TNA Central Championship for a third time. Ends this storyline at a 74B-, because obviously Aries is leaving to go to Dragon Gate USA. As I say, disappointing with losing stars to them, but it's my fault for not really knowing how to work the game to start with, and obviously we're still feeling the effects of that 8 episodes in. As we eventually get to National, then we'll maybe know as bad as bad. That's disappointing. Aries is improving performance skills, and it was nice to have him as a member of the roster, but we've got to carry on and build new talent. And then the main event, in a match that featured even great action and average heat, CM Punk defeated old rival Morrison in 10:34 by pinfall with a GTS, and that's an 84B+. Great chemistry between the two guys. I seem to be overprotecting CM Punk. I don't think he's actually ever lost a match. So I think we'll start to have him losing in a couple of matches just to kind of build stars off him, instead of just making him untouchable and nobody else quite anywhere near his level. But Punk improves flying and performance skills. Morrison improves his technical skills. Very few negatives. They're actually more so just for Morrison, but maybe we'll look to build him after his tag run with Joey Ryan. And I finished the show off. Kurt Angle's in the ring as GM, with CM Punk and Adam Cole just to present the contract signing for the upcoming match at No Surrender. CM Punk signs the agreement, so does Adam Cole. Adam Cole blind signs him and then signs it with the blood of CM Punk. Just how the angle works out. I felt it was the best way to go in this kind of angle. It sets up the main event. I do have a twist to the tale, which I will reveal when we read the card out for the pay-per-view. I had an idea which would kind of maybe push us to National, but I'll reveal that in the next as I say, when we reveal the card. But a good way to end the show there. It gets the storyline continued, makes perfect sense for the storyline, and hopefully gives the show a good rating, which we'll find out. No need to do pre-booking, I know that's already going to be a match. And an 81B, which only gets our popularity up in one region. But it's still a hell of a good show, I think. We're happy with that. Especially with being in the Midwest, where it was somewhere we tend to struggle in. And that's where we're wanting to get the ratings up, or the popularity up. So we'll be interesting to see how that's affected our size. And if the one place it did go up was here. But happy with that. So we just wait to see what our rating's going to be on Spike and various other things. Let's see. We really struck gold with the show. WWE re-signed Byron Saxton. Nothing else massive happening there. It's our last day to negotiate with Mr. Anderson. If they give him a new deal, no, we're letting him go. We're also trying to bring in Matt Sydal. So that could be a future signing. So we're losing him. Harry Smith, grilling schedule. The rating's up to 9.45. Jesus Christ, that's massive. That's fine. There is a WWE star there. I will reveal what he's brought in for. It's not to feature in the main event, but we'll run down the card and you can see why Cesaro has popped up there. A good rating there. Quick look at the size. Not again. Actually went down a little bit in some places. No, I never really lost popularity in any places, but the likes of the Great Lakes, Midwest and Northwest are all 64. And Puerto Rico. So we're sitting with 6 that are at the right level. We need, the 4 that are at 64, we need 2 of them to make up. God, it's getting harder than I thought. I just want to get to National. Why is this so hard? But anyway, as I say, next up is No Surrender. See if your schedule. No Surrender, 4th week of February, and then we'll build up to Lockdown as our next pay-per-view after it. The card, I can confirm, I have it in Notepad. And here it is. Our main event is going to be Adam Cole versus CM Punk. I am debating to add a 3rd superstar, which if we can make it happen, even though it might cost us a bit of money, I feel if it's going to get me national, I'm going to go for it. So I'm hoping to make it Adam Cole versus CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan. He's my number 1 pick to bring in. If not, I'll get somebody else that's cheaper, but I'd rather have him in that, just to kind of get that match up to maybe about 90, maybe a high 80, and really push on the company to get to national. Samoa Joe versus EC3, that's already confirmed. Chris Hero versus Jacob Goodnight. Lance Hoyt versus Harry Smith, the 2 members of the Killer Elite Squad against each other. Hawkins will defend his Central Championship against a mystery opponent, Cesaro. So I'm hoping for Hawkins to be elevated by Cesaro. The Dudleys against the Hollywood Supernovas. If there's time, the VIP list will face off against Crime Time. I'm looking for triple threat action in the X Division between AR Fox, Soldier Ant and Ricochet. And knockouts match for the title between Mia Yim and Melissa. And hopefully if there's time, if not it'll be in the pre-show, a bonus match between Bobby Lashley and Jeff Hardy. So that's your card for the No Surrender coming up in the next episodes. As I say, I'm hoping it's a show that can kind of get those 4 bases that we need to go up. I may put the next show, I don't know, where would be the best way to spill over? I'm actually considering the Tri-State, because that then would go over to Mid-Atlantic, Great Lakes. We'll see. So I kind of want to get them up to 70s, up to 71s, just to make sure that they're still B-minuses and it looks a bit better. But we'll see. I just wish I get to national quicker so I can get some more signings in and keep taking this company forward. But anyway guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that episode. I hope you like the way our storylines are going. So we'll do a full storyline roundup before we get into the pay-per-view and just get properly into the show. So thanks for tuning in guys. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you get any comments, please leave them in the comments section. And until next time, this is 21 Maxwell. See you all real soon. Bye bye.